Look, folks, I told you I had something special for you all tonight, and truly we do. I'm here to deliver my promise I had. We're here to deliver the promise that we had. And after this savage yet murderous episode, and we lost some major characters, and from your screen to this show, for our Power Beyond the Grave interview, we bring you one of those characters, and he returns, and I'm so happy to talk to him once again. My guy, Phil Donlon. Rest in peace, Simon. Phil.
What's
Come
up, boys?
on,
What's
man.
What's up?
How do you take it in, man? This was a crazy episode tonight, man.
It's a wild one. It is a crazy wild one. I appreciate you guys having me back on. I'm having a little whiskey to toast.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, exactly.
Cheers to everybody. Exactly.
Ooh,
Thanks for having me back on, guys.
Absolutely, man. This is a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Wow, what an episode. But yeah, folks, Mr. Phil Donlon, Simon, rest in peace and power, but forever in the Power universe.
Yes, sir.
The king of the one-liners. Like, first we got to get into just how many one-liners you had in this episode. For one, my favorite one-liner of the episode was, "This is going to be a fucking bloodbath." I thought that should have been the name of the episode.
Interesting.
Just because of the way and everything that happens in this episode, I said, "Oh, yeah, that's the perfect line for this episode. That should be the title of this episode." What did you feel when you first heard or knew that this was going to be the final time the audience would get to see Simon?
Well, I was pretty, as any actor is, when your job is over, it's bittersweet. I wasn't prepared for it. I wasn't expecting it. So it was a little kind of came out of nowhere for me. So and I'll say this, when the scripts went out that day, the first call I got was from Shane. The next call I got was Guy Van Swearingen, and on from the cast. And people are like, who the fuck do I got to talk to? You can't fucking kill Simon. I mean, people like, there were cast members that were pissed off that I was getting killed. As a writer as well, I get you got to service the show,
Yeah.
But I thought there was more possibility for Simon. I thought there was way more there, and I'm not trying to sound sour about it. I mean, it is what it is, right? But I mean, I definitely felt like there was more there that, was a little bit of a missed opportunity, but that's just me. You never know. Maybe season 2, maybe there's some flashbacks, maybe there's a ghost of Simon. But back to your point about the episode being named Bloodbath, they got the perfect director for episode 5, because Eve is like, he's like my new favorite director. I mean, this dude knows how to, he's going to be like, one day people will be talking about him like a Scorsese,
Wow.
I think, that's my personal opinion, but he's great. And he was tapped specifically for this episode because of the nature of the material. So you saying like the name of the episode should have been Bloodbath. I mean, that's really a credit to Eve.
Yes.
Yeah.
He and he's a real cinema guy. He knows movies. We were talking a ton about, we bonded over Carlito's Way.
Oh man.
And that's what I mean. Like, not to nerd out too much, because I know you guys got your own questions, but Brian De Palma, who directed that, Scarface, stuff like Eve kind of comes from that kind of cloth, you know what I mean? And so that Scarface, Carlito, that whole feel, that's in this episode.
Yeah.
It's in this episode for sure, as far as I'm concerned, as a film lover. But anyway. So.
Yeah. Phil, man, simple question. This was like, as I said, it was a savage yet murderous episode. What's your reaction and thoughts? You did the work, but now you're seeing it on the screen. Like, what was the thoughts going across your head seeing this happen?
I was very proud of this episode, and I credit a lot to Eve as well. He really, when Eve and I got together, he also agreed. He's like, man, your character shouldn't be dying. Like, he really was. He didn't get it either as the director. He's like, I just don't understand why they would get rid of you. But so he's like, I want people to remember Simon, and I'm going to give him the proper send off. So I watched this episode, and I'm nothing but happy. I mean, you to me, you can't get any better of a send off. Like you said, I got some one-liners in there. I got my line that I wrote in there that I was very happy with. So in the original script, it says something like, I'm trying to remember what it said, but it was like, so, everyone's dead. And my character says something like, that was a piece of cake. And I was like, so I talked to Eve and I'm like, well, what? I'm not like some like suburban white mom from the suburbs. Like, that's a piece of cake. I'm like, what?
That was a dandy.
I'm like, what's with this line? It's a piece of cake. That's like something my mom said, or my grandmother said. So I'm like, I was thinking about it, and I was like, what? And I came up with that line. I'm like, and I didn't tell Eve what it was going to be. I'm like, I got it. He's like, say whatever you want. Do whatever you want. So that's what I said. I said the line. That shit made my dick hard, because I'm like, that's something Simon
would definitely.
Say. And I did that in every take. And then there was one take where the script supervisor came over to me and she goes, we owe one to like the network. Can you say it the way it's written? And I was like, dang. Because your fear as an actor is when you give them one take of anything you don't want to do, that's what they're going to use.
Mm-hmm.
I got to tell you, I was so happy when I saw it and they used my line. Thank you, everyone who was involved in saying, yeah, keep that line and don't use a piece of cake.
Hey, look,
that was a dandy.
Yeah, exactly.
That is one of the.
Oh, we killed all the whippersnappers. I mean, what is with these lines? I'm going, no, we gotta do that. So I'm very happy, proud of the send off, proud of that the entire episode to be involved in such an iconic. I think it's going to be an iconic episode that's going to live on. So yeah. I'm very happy to be a part of it. Yeah.
Lucas said it in our review before this, is that we agree that this may be the best episode of Power, period, because it combines a lot of elements and it's servicing to all Power fans. Ones who's just looking for bullets flying, the one who's looking for some major deaths, the one who's looking for some heart within the characters, a Tommy unlike we've ever seen. It literally does it all. And you bring up a good point. I think it's a very a good standalone episode as well too. If you were to just jump into Power for whatever week and you wanted to watch this, you'd be like, whoa, what is going on right now? But yet you're going to be intrigued both ways. Yeah, I want to see the previous episodes. I want to see what's next. It's a fantastic episode, and I do have to say, just because it needs to be said, you also do, although Simon died, just letting you know that Phil absolutely got an invite to the cookout. You heard it here.
Exactly. It's bad you had to bite the bullet just as you got the invite to the cookout, but it is still a standing invitation.
That's right.
I got it all, man. I got it all. I got the main course and I got like 10 sides. I got everything. I got I'm like, you know what? I'll have a little more of that potato salad.
My guy.
Exactly. I will, to your point, to me, it feels Godfather-esque.
Yeah.
The episode, it's like really, it's got a lot of gravitas to it.
Yeah.
It's a heavy one. Yeah, it's a heavy one. So,
now, speaking of it being heavy, what I loved a lot about this episode is the scene between Simon and Vic when they build that partnership. Because at that point, that's when I'm like, oh, great, we're going to get even more of Simon. Because once this partnership is built and the trust they have between one another, like that could go on forever. Again, that was my thought before we get to the end of the episode. What did you think when you were shooting that scene and just that setup and just to see that camaraderie between them two at that moment?
You know, well, I was happy because, you know, Shane and I had developed a very special bond during the shooting of the show. You have to remember, we were there for, I'm going to tell you guys something interesting in a second, but we were there for like 7-8 months in Chicago shooting that whole series. Now, in between shooting that scene with Shane and me dying, there was a 1.5-month period between, because we got shut down for COVID. And then we reopened and they had to get certain episodes and they had to get Eve back. There was a lot that was going on. So there was a time that had passed between that. And in general, the first season took a long time to shoot just because we were coming out of COVID, not for any other reason other than that. And, you know, one of the upshots to that was that we got to really know each other. And so Shane and I had this really special bond, and we hung all the time and we would cook together, and, you know, we got to know each other. So when we had that, we always talked like we need that scene. Or scenes, like we need that time together on screen because we have it off screen. So by the time we did that, I mean, we were like 3 months in. So we really knew each other well. So that, to me, that's a really nice scene because it's reflective of our relationship off screen, you know? So it's comfortable. It's not like when you're like that pilot, nobody knew. I mean, I knew Joe, of course, he's like one of my best friends, but like everybody on this, everyone doesn't know each other, nervous. Am I doing a good job? Am I not? You know, you got all this stuff in your head.
Yeah.
And as an actor, as a series goes and as the episodes go, you get to know people, you get comfortable, you know the cameraman, you know the makeup artist, you know, everyone's like a family. So you start to get loose and you start to be able to do more interesting work. So I was very happy with that scene. We finally got it. I felt like we were owed it. We got that moment. And I'm very proud of that scene. I really, really, really love it a lot. So.
As you should. So obviously, because you're my guy, and I take a look at the your social medias and whatnot.
Yeah, update me because I get it all from you guys, by the way. I do. No, I do. I've talked in other interviews, and I was like, well, I was, you know, in my last interview, I was told I was the most hated in the, you know, I mean, so you guys keep me updated. So
yeah, I mean, we got to keep our ears to the streets, and I'm feeling like there may be a little bit of changing of the needle a little bit here. I think there is going to be a demand and a more of a desire for to have one more Simon. I mean, me personally, the first thing I thought about is we see Vic stepping out on his own. We see he is really putting all his coins in line for Gloria and what seems to be his end game. But if he had his boy right next to him, how does that keep him level in some of these actions that he's making? I mean, we already see Paulie is spying and whatnot, but what would it be like if he had his guy right next to him in order to level him? I mean, because he's really stepping out of pocket. I mean, he's stepping to his dad, and he went to war with the Serbs.
Yeah.
To buy land for his girl.
Absolutely. 1000%.
So let's fantasy book just a little bit here.
Yeah, for sure.
Simon's still along, makes it through the night, through the bloodbath of a night. But he realizes that Vic is in the end game now. He the money's gonna come in. You know, you two will be 33%, and that's another thing. Remember who was invited here. It wasn't Claudia. Obviously, Walter didn't know, but you knew. So that entitled you, much like how Diamond and Jannard is, that you're picking up 33% of some funds here, sir. So, you know, you're part of the plan here. But where would you have seen this going if Simon would have made it through the night?
You know, as the writer, I thought one of the missed opportunities maybe was that Simon's the dude who the cops pressed to flip.
Instead of Paulie.
So if they catch Simon, I mean, because look, Simon is not Simon's not the smartest guy,
right?
So what I feel like could have been cool is they catch Simon he's you know, he's on the take, he's doing a thing, and
and
they're literally like, you're you're going away for it. It's like, what's his name in Sopranos, Big Pussy, and
Big Pussy.
you know, who
Wow.
right? So I was like, man, you know, they should have gone Big Pussy route, like, and you never would have thought if they. So for me, and there was stuff that was cut out of the pilot in the by the way, I'll say in the last scene, in the last scene of the pilot where you have I mean, I think I can say all this stuff. I don't know why I can't. I mean, the show's already aired, but in the pilot, that last scene between Joe and Tommy, and then in the background you see Shane and I kind of walking up.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot that was written and shot at the end that wasn't aired, including Claudia walking into the scene. And there was sort of this whole thing where I kind of out Vic in the scene at the end where I say he's doing stuff with CBI.
Oh. And
I make some really racist comments, but it's in line with how
Walter
Walter Flynn feels.
Yeah, exactly.
So I kind of out Vic, and I'm really with the thing about Simon that they had sort of developed that's not a part of the sorry, low battery alert, but that didn't make it in was that Simon was really like, he's old school like Walter Flynn. So that was the character that I was playing. He's for the family. He doesn't want things to change. He's old school. And in fact, if there's ever like a cut of the pilot that makes it, of everything, I say some racist stuff at the end, and Joe grabs Vic's gun and he pistol whips me in the end scene, and I go down. And that's part of the reason why I've got stuff on my face in later episodes. But this never aired. It may have got time that they got to cut to and all that. But a lot of this stuff never made it to screen, right? But that's all stuff that I had as the actor. So anyway, to fantasy with you, what I was thinking was then that, so if you really played Simon up that way, like family, he's into the family, he doesn't want things to change, he's a super racist dude who just wants things the old school way. And then eventually he's the dude who flips. He's the, so you play him like he's the last guy that would ever do that, but then he flips on the family. So that's my fantasy on it. And I always felt like that would have been really interesting. And people would have been like, damn, it's flipping on his boy, Vic, flipping on the family, Walter. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
And to me, it would have been way more interesting to have Walter kill me or Vic kill me. You know what I mean? Like, I just thought like that. So
Vic would have been.
That's where I'm going with that.
The ultimate big pussy moment.
Yeah, right.
Exactly. and just to let you know, I literally brought it up during our review. I said, "Oh, big pussy." The moment you were killed on screen.
Really? Oh man. By the way, I'm gonna send you guys some Simon McDougal shirts because that's
there we go.
There
we go. Hook us up, brother. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna get you guys some shirts. You need them.
I love how you're merchandising and like, again, as I said the first time we talked, whether you live the entire season or whether as episode 5 is your exit, you'll always be part of the Power universe. And man, I tell you, I want to invite to the Power screening parties, man. It looks like I have some fun kicking back when everybody's over, man. Some good whiskey.
Absolutely.
We'll bring some trouble as well.
Of course. Now, where are you guys at? Where in the world are you guys?
We're on the East Coast in Washington, D.C.
Okay, cool.
But we some traveling dudes,
Absolutely.
So I know for one of my final things I really wanted to bring up is just at the end of the day, as I said, you are fully immersed in the Power universe. And overall, from new friendships you made and the new opportunities that is to come, whether you could talk about it or not, just ultimately now that you've seen the episode and things are really real now, how are you feeling and how optimistic are you feeling about other future things now? Because you got to know the phone's getting ready to start ringing. We know this game.
Yeah. I'm always optimistic. I wouldn't be in the game this long if I wasn't. I'm I was talking to Joe recently about this. He was in town for the Super Bowl, and I'm just happy for Joe because he's my guy, and we've been at this a long time. So, yes, I'm excited for the phone to ring and all of that, but my joy comes out of just seeing Joe be successful, because we kicked around for a long, long time, and to be able to, no matter what I say about us fantasizing what could have happened with my character and all of the, maybe the show should have been called, Tommy and Simon. I'm joking, but but every actor's like, if you talk to an actor who's like a one-line waiter in this thing, and you're like, "What's the movie about?" And they're like, "Well, this waiter. It's about this waiter." So, but no matter any of that stuff, I'm super hyped. I've definitely got some things in the hopper, but I'm most just happy. I'm happy to have been along on this ride with Joe as my friend. It was a very special time that I wish could have gone longer, but you never know. There's a season 2, and writers can write.
That's right.
Whatever. So if they want me back, if the fans want me back, make some noise, and maybe we got a season 2. I will say this: Shane and I have joked that we should get a spinoff called like Vic and Cy take Los Angeles, or take Washington D.C., or take whatever. And the show is simply him and I looking for Tommy, but we get sidetracked by cooking.
Wow.
So we're like, let's look for Tommy, but you know what? Let's cook dinner first. Let's have some wine.
Well, we'll give you the perfect pitch for season 2 here.
Absolutely.
Ghost Simon comes back and haunts Vic for Vic teaming up with CBI and Tommy in the first place.
I love it.
We just get that for the whole season of
Love
just
it.
him constantly being over his shoulder, like, man, you should have done that. You should have done that.
No,
my dick got hard, and then I got killed. Like, no.
Oh, I love it. It's like Christmas Carol. It's like Scrooge or whatever. I'm just like a ghost that come in the room. I'm there. Yeah. No, I'm down. I'm getting you a job on the writing staff.
Hey, we're ready. We're ready.
I'm really gonna miss the banter between Simon and Tommy, man. That was some of the best. I feel like as the fans, and I can obviously speak to this, is that we were cheated of that. We needed a lot more consistently. They were so, and again, even the first episode that really set the table for the entire season.
Right.
We wanted a lot of that, and it was some of the best, most memorable moments. And you went out with the classic, man. Shit made my dick hard. Woo!
Hey, one of the best lines ever.
I can't tell you how happy when I saw that episode tonight. I said to myself, I can't, that was my only fear, was that my character was going to die with saying that he, whatever the cake line was. I went, okay.
But it was stupendous that you all murdered all of those people.
Yeah. So, and because my feeling was if on the front end with the Tom Brady stuff, all those sort of iconic, which have become, I won't use the word iconic, but they've become well known since the pilot. People have, Joe and I were at a hotel playing pool when he was in town.
Oh boy! And
then it was obviously Joe gets recognized left and right, and he goes, "Hey, look who I'm with," and the guy's like, "Oh shit, Tom Brady!" He did the line right. So I felt like Simon did have to go out on yet another,
had to
line. So thanks for recognizing that.
Yeah, and good call. Good call for cleaning that out, because man, I would have been disappointed. Like, whoa, this guy that was snorting coke went out like he was a grandma drinking some Diet Coke. Man, that's a dandy. I got shot out here. Exactly. Oh shucks.
Yeah, exactly. Oh shucks. Well, that was oh shucks, and the boom, I'm dead. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, whether we're seeing you on the screen, we're absolutely always going to have a seat open for you here at Big Gold Belt Media. You are one of my favorite guys, and until we can share a toast of whiskey in person, we'll make sure we keep in touch as much as we can and keep Simon alive. And by the way, you said iconic, but there's also another good term for what Simon did, and that's viral, because every moment that he made memes were going out.
That's very true. And I do want to say, and because I'm really very grateful to you guys and to the entire fan base who've welcomed Simon and talked so much about him and paid so much attention to him. It means a lot. And I am happy to come on the show anytime you want at all, on any future episodes, even if I'm not in them, of course. To talk, man, and to rap. Yeah. So you just let me know.
We will take you up on
Definitely.
that.
And I'm gonna get you guys some shirts. So we'll after this interview, I'll get your info and I'm gonna get some shirts set out. So
right on, my guy. Hey, but look, folks, I told you we had something special for you all, and I hope you enjoyed it. You make sure that you keep eyes on Phil's social media, because we all know how the power game works. Just because you're down power, your career ain't over. Things only go up here from here, and I can't wait to see more of you on the screen. But folks, this is a crazy episode. This is an amazing night of all things power. We thank you so much for tuning in. We'll see you around next week for another Power Recap Review show.
Thanks, guys.